Hey guys, welcome to another episode. So today we're going to see what is a map in JavaScript. So why map to begin with? Let's answer that question, right? So objects are used for storing keyed collections, whereas arrays are focused for storing ordered collections. So now if we want to store a collection of keyed data items, we can use a map just like an object. But the main difference is that map can have any data type as its key. So let's see an example with some important methods and properties. So I'm going to move on to my editor here. So I'm going to create a map. So let's say const map equals new of map. We call the constructor function. Now let's say if I do a console.log of map, let's see what it has. You can see the map is empty. The parenthesis 0 is the size of the items in the map with an empty object structure. So now let's say if I have to store some key value pairs inside a map, then we have to use a method called set. So what happens is that map.set, I'll give the key as 1 and hello. And let me add another one as well, map.set 2, world. Now if I do console.log of map, let's see how this prints out. You can see here map with the size of 2, which means I have 2 elements in the map here. And the first one with the key of 1, the value of hello, the second one with the key of 2 and the value of world. Now let's say if I try to reuse the same key, for example 2 here, if I say JS, what will happen? Take a moment to think. Okay, the answer is it's gonna overwrite. You can see here 1 is hello, 2 it was world before. Now since JS is coming as the last one, so it's going to override the previous one, which is the world. So the value is the second element with the key of 2 will have the value JS. Now let's say I can store another data type as well. So let's say I have map.set. I'll give the value as string this time for the key and a val. Now let's say if I print this guy out, you can see here the third element has a different data type, which is string, whereas the first two data types are numbers for the keys and the value itself is just string, which is val. So that's how you basically add elements to a map using the set method. Now let's say if I have to get the value of a particular key from a map, then you have to use a method called get. So map.get, pass the key. So I'll just do 2 here. Let me clear this guy. Now if I run this one, you can see the value of the key 2 is JS. Now let's say if I have to get the value of the key string key, then all I have to do is just pass map.get key. That's how we get the values from a map. Now let's say if we want to check what key or basically if we want to check whether a map contains a particular key, then use the has method. So let's say you can do here console.log map.has 2. This is going to return a boolean. You can see here the value is true because the map contains the key 2. Similarly, we can get the size. I mean, we are actually seeing the size here, which is of 3 right here on the console. Now there is a property to actually print that out. So let's say if I do console.log map.size, it's going to print the value 3 right here. Now let's say if I want to delete a particular key value pair from the map, all I have to do is just use the delete method. So I can just do map.delete of 2. And after this, I'm just going to do a console.log of map. Now let's clear this guy. If I run the code, you can see here, initially the map had 3 elements or 3 key value pairs. Now I deleted the element with the value 2 as key. Now the resulting output is basically 1 and the value key value pair as key. Now if I want to clear all the elements of a map, all I have to do is just call map.clear. And if I do console.log of map, clear this guy, and you can see the last one, which is an empty map. So I promise that I'll give a bonus tip as well, right? We can actually have an object as a key in the map itself. So how do we do that? Just say map.set. I pass an object here, a:10, and the value is, it's an object. Now if we print this guy, you can see here map of 1, the key is basically this object a:10 and the value is an object. So that's the bonus tip, and that's pretty much it. If you want to know about map in JavaScript, these are the different methods that you would normally use. So if you like this video, please do a like, give a comment, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and peace out.